Hello everybody. Thank you so very, very much for joining us this afternoon. I do know that everybody's life is busy and everybody's life has got chaos, but today is important that we come together to support one another. May 5th, Red Dress Day. We are here to create space for one another and to ensure that our loved ones are not forgotten. But before we start, I would like to have Lake Tenay's elder,
Violet Bizoki,
to please come up. Thank you, Violet.
I will start with this short prayer. Creator, we thank you for giving us this day. And Creator, we pray that you put your loving hands on the families that have lost their daughter, mothers, aunties to the highway of tears. I pray for everyone gathered here today. Lord, keep them safe. So on behalf of our chief, our counselors, the elders of Lake Tenay, I welcome you onto our traditional lands. A little history on Lake Tenay people. I don't think a lot of you realize how much input we have into the city of Prince George. The roads the surveyors were out. One of our elders was their guide. And my dad always joked, Morris must have been drunk that day because the roads were so windy. My daughter and I went out to Waldy I found the road quite windy, and I was thinking, Morris must have helped the surveyors with this road. With that, I'd like to welcome you onto the traditional lands of Lake Tenay. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Luann, where are you? So for those of you that don't know who we are here representing the Prince George Red Dress Society. I'm Tammy Misey.
Brenda Wilson.
Luann Montgomery. We look forward to having this event every year, and every year it grows. And it grows. And that tells us that there is such a need for all of us to come together as a community to create space for one another and to ensure that our loved ones are never forgotten. And when we come together like this and we hold each other up, we ensure that they are not forgotten and we honor their lives and their legacies. I'm actually going to ask the City of Prince George to come up. The City of Prince George has always been a huge supporter of the Red Dress. Right from donating this land to put the monument on, so we have a place to come together and to gather. So can I call up Susan? Where are you? Hi there. Oh my gosh. Just like that. So a little bit about the City of Prince George. So not only do they support the Red Dress campaign, they have donated land, but they also signed a proclamation. And the proclamation was to stand in solidarity with the community of Ladysmith, where a few years ago they bravely put up a red dress, put up red dresses. They did a display for their loved ones, and it was disgustingly ripped down and destroyed. They reached out to other communities, and they reached out to the Red Dress Society, and we reached out to the City of Prince George, and it was absolutely. So the City of Prince George stepped up like they do, and they signed a proclamation. So my dear friend here is on behalf of the City of Prince George to read the proclamation.
Thank you. Whereas the National Inquiry into Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls concluded that the exact number of missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and two-spirited people in Canada is unknown, but that thousands of deaths and disappearances have gone unrecorded over the decades. And whereas this issue has been known for many decades, and Indigenous families have long called for recognition and awareness. And whereas the Red Dress Project was first created by Manitoba artist Jamie Black as a way to break the silence around and draw attention to this violence against Indigenous women, and whereas support for the Red Dress Project and missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and two-spirited people has increased and gained visibility across Canada, and whereas you can help to raise awareness and show support by wearing red on May 5th and hanging a red dress in your window or yard leading up to May 5th and for 1 week after, in honor and recognition of the thousands, think about that, the thousands of Indigenous women, girls, and two-spirited people who have gone missing or who have been murdered. Now, therefore, as acting mayor for the City of Prince George, I proclaim that May 5th, 2025 be observed as Day of Awareness for missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and two-spirited people in the City of Prince George. And this is signed by Mayor Simon Yu.
Thank you.
I'd like to call up Terry TG, who's been just a force with bringing attention and awareness for MMIW through the BCAFN. Terry TG.
Go ahead. Here we go.
Thank you. Deneza, Sekuza, Skyza. Simoiget, Simanak, Simawiget. First of all, I want to acknowledge the territory of the Claytley today, the unceded, unsurrendered, continued occupied territory of the Dakat people of this territory. I want to thank my cousin Brenda and Tammy for continued advocacy and support for many of the families of the missing and murdered women and girls and two-spirited people that are not only not recorded, but also underreported. And certainly this day, and as we are here at this monument, we're reminded of all the thousands that have been murdered or have gone missing, not only here in Canada, but to our relatives south of the border, that the situation is even worse. That the situation of our Indigenous brothers and sisters in the United States is also vastly underreported and recorded in terms of missing and murdered women and girls. So today is a reminder of my cousin, at least personally for myself, of Ramona Wilson, my cousin, who went missing in the mid-90s, and her case is still unsolved. And this happened in Smithers in 2018 as well, of our other relatives that have gone missing in the Smithers area. And Jessica Patrick was very young as well. She too is my cousin. So despite the fact since the early 90s, when another relative of mine went missing in the downtown east side in Vancouver, things haven't changed, despite the fact that we do have more awareness, that we do have a national inquiry that was completed and yet to be fully implemented. We have municipal governments. Thank you to the city and Mayor Yu for this proclamation that the situation still hasn't significantly changed in terms of awareness and also resourcing to prevent this from happening. So this day is a reminder that governments need to be held accountable. As we see a new federal Liberal provincial Carney government that has come into power, that we need that full commitment for full implementation of the 231 calls to action of the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls inquiry report. And also we need the provincial government to do the same. So I want to thank the City of Prince George for doing this today, but at the same time we need the political will from all levels of government, federal, provincial, municipal, and First Nations governments to really continue the awareness and the awareness that our women continue to be disproportionately have been murdered or have gone missing. And you know, as I remember all my relatives that have gone missing and are murdered, I do have a daughter. And I'm reminded of what kind of society do we want to leave for all our daughters, our nieces, our young women. So it's really important that we continue the awareness on this day, but also to make sure that everything that we can do, that we do it. And all governments are held accountable, and we continue this awareness. So thank you to Tammy and Brenda, and thank you, Violet, for the prayer. So thank you all. Merci.
Thank you, Chief Larry T.G. Next one to call up Chief Darlene Logan of Lake Litini, newly re-elected.
Hadi, I want to thank everyone for coming here today to help give all these missing people a voice. And the biggest voice that we have is Brenda. She is doing an amazing job keeping their silent voices alive. And I'm just reading the sign here. It says, "This is the place to start your journey of healing." Well, for healing, we need answers. We need to know what happened to these murdered and missing family members, because we're all touched some way of what happened murdered missing women. We all have an auntie, we all have a relative. I see the Jack family back here, and they're ones that I didn't know them, but they have touched me. From the day they went missing, I always wanted to know, where are they? And so I wish we didn't have to have events like this to get recognition for our women. But again, thank you all for support, and thank you very much for Brenda, who travels everywhere to give voices to those that don't have them. Masi.
Next, I'd like to call up Pamela Spooner? Yeah, sorry to put you on the spot, but I think education is a huge part of what we're trying to do, and if you could just say a few words, we'd really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here on behalf of ST57. As you can see, I just got back from the Okanagan, and when I come back from there, I always have to grab sage, and it reminds me of protecting ourselves when needed. And so when living in the Okanagan, and I've also raised 4 daughters, so I always have to be mindful of those girls who are walking along the road or going anywhere or driving by themselves, and feeling that way myself, walking along the road as well. So making sure that we always protect ourselves. Sorry, you did kind of put me on the spot. So I am feeling, it is coming from my heart, and I am feeling it because walking down the road, I have felt different. I have felt even just victimized, just walking across the street sometimes. And like I say, raising girls and the children in our school system, always wanting to make sure that they're safe and aware of their surroundings, and praying to those people who are missing and hopefully will one day come back to us. And even if they don't, they're among our ancestors, and to know that they're always watching over us as well. So to keep strong together, standing here together, means a lot to us. So thank you all for coming as well. Pasicho.
Next, I'd like to call up the 3 amazing investigators that I've worked along with for quite a few years, since 2006. Ron Palta, Craig, Wayne. And then if the Red Rum group could start getting ready to come up.
Hi everyone, my name is Ron Palta. I'm with the RCMP Major Crimes Section, our Special Projects Unit, and we have the Highway of Tears case, our Project IPANA. As Brenda said, it's been ongoing since 2006, and it's seen a variety of investigators, but we're still working on it. We're still committed to solving these cases and bringing answers to the families and to the community. I've been working with the RCMP for nearly 35 years now. The vast majority of that career has been on these major crime cases, which are far overrepresented by Indigenous women and girls. To see this community commitment today is amazing. I'm just so pleased to be part of it and to see the great turnout. But we also see all the families here that we've worked with in the past, and again, trying to bring answers and assist that journey of healing as well. Ramona's case, the Jack family, you see Mary Schultz here. So thank you again for having us. With Brenda, we also work with the Family Information Liaison Unit, and that's with the BC government, and that's to provide answers to families as well on their cases in terms of the police investigation, and to help bridge an understanding in that regard. But we were also in Fort St. James earlier today. So yeah, just that turnout throughout all the communities is just really great, and we bring that power back to our office as well. And you have our commitment and our determination to keep working on these files and again to bring answers. I'll pass it to my colleagues.
Hello everyone, my name is Craig. I'm also with the RCMP. I work with these folks for many years now. To echo what Ron said, while we are a part of investigations, many missing and murdered, which cases are represented here today, where possible we also like to get out and attend these community events. We're invited. We like to come and show our support and also listen to what's being said and take it back to the people in the Lower Mainland and talk to our bosses to see what improvements we can make, because we know there's things that are definitely needed, and we strive to make a better impact. And we do thank you for including us here today, and I'll turn it over to my partner, Wayne.
Thank you. My name's Wayne Clary. I'm also with the RCMP. I have a little bit more service than these two, you may be able to see, but I've worked with these two on the Robert Picton case from the beginning and all the way through that into the Highway of Tears, and there was a time I was in charge and now Ron's in charge. And what I can say is, like Ron mentioned, we were at an event like this in Fort St. James this morning. 25 years ago, these didn't exist, and we've seen them start and we've seen them grow. And for these cases to move forward with the old cases and prevent new ones, we need participation and awareness. And I think this is the way to go. And it kind of warms my heart when I come and I see the way it's grown and all you people here today. And I would echo what my colleagues had said, and thank you very much for having me in your committee. Thank you.
Thank you, investigators. Next, the red drum. Red drum. And then we're going to start with family members. If we could start having them come up, probably just come up after we finish this presentation.
Good afternoon, everybody. For those of you who don't know who we are Red Drum MC. We're warriors for the people. Our main mission is to bring positivity on two wheels. We connect with Tammy quite well in this cause. We love to bring awareness on every issue that the Red Dress Committee or campaign supports. We support it 100%. We are in a partnership with Tammy. She is one of our host charities every year, and we've been honored to be 3 years in a row at this event. And we travel around to different communities to bring awareness and spread positivity. Without positivity, we can't get results. Through all this time of sorrow and sadness and our loved ones missing, we need to bring the bright side to this and bring positivity. So for those out there who don't know who we are, Red Drum MC, warriors for the people. And thank you, Tammy, for having us again this year. Also, one of our members, Taylor Murphy, here in the middle, give him a wave, Taylor, had this blanket commission to donate to a gift to the Red Dress Committee and Tammy, and what a beautiful job.
Thank you so much, you guys. It is absolutely beautiful.
So we'd like to start calling the families up, but as they begin to gather, we'd like to do the Woman's Warrior song just to give some strength, because it's really difficult when we have to tell our stories. So we just want the families to feel empowered as they come up here to talk about their loved ones. So if we could, Castan drummers, if you could start the beat and everyone join in with the Woman's Warrior song. And just as they sing the song, please, family members that want to do a speech on their loved one, please come up. Just gather over here. Jen, are you talking? The first family speaker we're going to call up is the Jack family.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today I want to take a moment to speak about the missing members of my family, the Jack family. These are not just the names or faces we've lost touch with. These are the threads of the fabric of who we are. Their absence is felt in our gatherings, in our stories, in the spaces where their laughters and presence once lived. We remember them not just with sadness, but with hope. Hope that we can reconnect, rebuild, and bring our family back together. Whether time, distance, or circumstances has separated us, our roots remain shared and our hearts remain open. To my missing Jack family, you are not forgotten. We miss you, we love you, we're always holding space for you to come home. Thank you. We're Chislata strong.
Hadi, Zakuze, Skyze, Denise, Sai Lana McDonald Satni, Sai Chislata Den Hassan, just thank you. Hello everybody. My name is Lana McDonald, and I come from Chislata Carrier Nation, and I'm from the Frog Clan. I'm here on behalf of my Uncle Ronnie, my Auntie Doreen, and my two cousins, Russell and Ryan, my Grandpa Casimil Jack. My grandpa has been missing since September 18th, 2005. The Jack family have been missing since August 1990. And the message that I want to share with each of you today is to, when this day comes, it's really hard on our spiritual health. And it's when we gather like this and drum together and pray together, that's what gives the family strength and hope. Masai Cho for coming here and sharing our grief together. And I continue to pray for each of you that are still missing someone back home. We all are a small community back home, and we sometimes think that we're going through this by ourselves, but we're not. Look at us all here together, standing strong. We're all still here. And that's because we can pull together and pray together and drum together. Let them know we're still here. Look how much barriers we've had to come across just to stand here amongst each other. We're strong and we're resilient and we're indigenous peoples of this land. We belong here. We deserve to drum here together. Thank you for the ladies here that are standing with my family to bring awareness. We couldn't do that without each of you being here and listening to us, crying with us. Tebe Masai Cho, Chanalia.
Any other families as they make their way up here? Deidre, Clarence, Edna. Any other family of Ramona Wilson? Crystal. Dustin, Bailey, Sunset, Loretta and family. Mila. So this is some of our family. Ramona Lisa Wilson. I say Lisa Wilson because there's another Ramona Wilson that was taken in the east side of Smithers, or in east side of Vancouver. So we really had to stand out there and stand up for Ramona so that there'd be an awareness of who she is. Because we didn't want her to be forgotten. Ramona Lisa Wilson was 16 years old. She just turned 16 in February, and she went missing in June 1994 in Smithers. She was just going out to be with her friends. And one of her friends is Crystal. She was going to meet Crystal and some other friends. And she never came home. We searched for her for 10 months. So we understand and we know how you feel for the ones that have loved ones that are missing still. We are grateful that we're able to bring Ramona home and to bury her. The only injustice today is that there is no justice. There has been no killer or murderers in her case as of today. And my mom, she's going to be 75 years old on May 24th. And she wants to do a walk from Prince George to Smithers to bring an awareness, to try to find answers for her baby girl. Because there's no answers today. And she desperately wants to find justice for her daughter. So she's going to do this walk, and our family is going to help her as much as we can. So families do what they can, when they can, to try to bring that awareness, because it's so difficult. We don't have the support that we need to bring forward the justice of our loved ones. Mary TJ, I see you out there. Mary. Mary TJ, come. See you hiding. Gala. So Mary and Terry are both inspirational in bringing attention to the Highway of Tears and to bringing the many recommendations forward. I'll pass the mic to Mary to say a few words, and then we'll move on to the next family.
Thank you, Brenda. Denize, Sekuze, Skyze, Samoget, Simlahana. I'd like to thank the Clayton for allowing us on your territory. I know it's hard to hear in the back. So in the back, we want to move forward. I just really want to acknowledge all the organizers and everyone for this auspicious, important day. You know, we cannot forget, Jamie Black coming forward with her art installation with red dresses across the country and really fostering a sense of unity that we're all in this together, not just as Indigenous people, but as non-Indigenous, as Canadian citizens. I'm remiss in not wearing red. I literally just got back from Australia. I'm a little bit jet lagged, but I just really thought I wanted you to know Australia just convened their missing and murdered inquiry into missing women, Indigenous women and children. Now that report was just completed about a year ago, and the reason they did that is because they saw what Canada did. And so if you think your being here doesn't have an impact, it absolutely does. The only way that we got the inquiry into missing murdered women is because of people like you coming together and being active and getting your voice heard. You may think that one voice does not resonate, but one voice is all it takes to make change in the world, and definitely I saw that when I was in Australia. Although their report did not have a lot of weight, it's a start. And on this day, we have to think about all our missing and murdered women across all countries in the world where Indigenous women and children live. Because we know their statistics is just as abysmal as ours, and that's because of colonization. And so today, I just really want to commend everybody here, acknowledge your participation, because today we remembered all our loved ones. You know, for us, our family, just seeing the strength of my Auntie Matilda and and Brenda and our family to keep moving forward. You could imagine how hard it is to relive that day and to keep talking about it. But they did that because, as my auntie said, she wanted to make sure that another mother never went through what she went through. I want to thank the RCMP that's here, who've been with us at EPANA. I know when I first started, like in 2004, 2005, it didn't seem like anybody was listening, but it takes a brave few courageous individuals in every system of government and law enforcement to come together to make change. And we made significant changes. You look at the 2006 recommendations report from the Highway of Tears. We now have the Highway 16 action plan. We have the $5 bus. We have transportation systems that we look at. These are significant changes that we share in British Columbia, Northern BC, that the rest of the country don't enjoy. We have cell service across the north, again, thanks to Rogers. It's because of people like you being active and demanding better and demanding justice for all our women and children. And because of all the goals that we reach and all the recommendations that we are fulfilling, not only Indigenous people get to enjoy those wins in the north, it's all people in the north. All people are enjoying the transportation system in the north. All people are enjoying the cell service. But in the next few years, just wait till you see what we can achieve together. I'm looking forward to next summer. We are going to be having the 20th anniversary of the Highway of Tears recommendation report, which I would argue compels the whole movement in Canada coming from Little Northern BC. And that symposium, we've asked for it for 20 years, and we're going to finally see it to come to fruition. So just again, all the ones that have worked behind the scenes and that have pushed forward and active, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for all of you that are here, I love you. And Casey, my side.
Thank you, Mary. Okay, so we'd like more family members to come up and say a few words. Thank you to the Ramon Wilson family. Eddie? Eddie is speaking on behalf of Isabel Thomas.
Eddie Suido and Edward Thomas, Natalie with Dad, and see you, Rob Klein. On behalf of the Thomas family, we'd like to thank the Red Dress Society, all the people that are involved with this. We lost my niece, Isabel Thomas, 2 years ago coming up. She was murdered in Alpine Village, and she left behind two beautiful daughters, Adeline and Eleanor. And Isabel was only 22 years old. She was just getting into her culture. She was just living her life, just starting to live her life, and it was taken away, like all of the other missing and murdered women and men along the Highway of Tears, along Turtle Island. I do sing and drum for the people because that's what they would want, is to get them to be represented, that their voices be heard, that they're no longer, even though they're gone, they're not forgotten. They'll always be in our hearts. They'll always be with us in the sacred circle. I pray each and every time I'm in a sweat lodge, a drum circle, you would be any ceremony that I'm able to go. I say prayers for all our missing and murdered women and men. And I don't want to be up here like every other, having our missing and murdered women represented. But you know, I'm honored to be here to represent my niece Isabel. And so I'd like to thank everybody that's here. When you guys drum and sing, drum loud and drum proud. We'll see.
Thank you, Eddie. Any other family members?
Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. I'm very grateful for Kylie today to honor the murdered and missing women that have traveled on their life journey from trauma, from residential school to the 60 Scoop and to the MCFD, how they took the children and broke the families. And that's why we saw all these women that left. My family has been part of the 60 Scoop and residential school. My parents and grandparents died alcoholics because their children were taken from them. My youngest daughter was murdered by drug dealers because she was broken. My late Auntie May was murdered on Airport Hill by a drunk driver. And I loved her. All these stories that our sisters and brothers have traveled carrying their trauma and not sharing what they had to go through and what they had to live. So when I say no more, you guys scream, stolen sisters. I want to hear you for all these sisters here that are gone and missing. Let's raise our voices for them. No more!
Stolen sisters!
No more!
Stolen sisters!
No more!
Stolen sisters!
No more!
Stolen sisters!
The 4 directions, the 4 seasons, the 4 nations. The Creator gave us medicine. Whenever we feel hurt and sad, we drop the tobacco, and our ancestors will come and be with the ones that are lost and stolen. They know where they are, because that's who we are as cultural people. We're spiritual. The reason we wear red is because it's the only color the spirit sees, is the color red. So when you wear it, you're honoring your family members, you're honoring your nations. My sister-in-law has done great work. And she speaks really quiet because she's in mourning constantly. Just wondering what happened to her baby sister. My daughter, my granddaughter, my 2 youngest ones, they wore red at Dasdeo for the families, for all of your families. I'm really grateful for this journey. And I'm glad to see you all out here for the families, for the murdered and missing and stolen sisters. My prayers go to the Jack family, year after year. To Emily Pike, 14 years old. To the sisters that are in the landfill, the families sit there and waited and waited, and they got justice. How many other landfills are our sisters in? We can't overlook all of this. Thank you, relatives, for this day. So one more time, no more!
Stolen sisters!
No more!
Stolen sisters!
No more!
Stolen sisters!
Thank you, Rita. We also remember no our stolen brothers as well. Do we have any other family members that want to come up, say a few words?
Thank you, Brenda, for bringing up the stolen brothers. I stand for my baby brother, Brian David Lee, whose life was snuffed out in September by a taxi driver in Paris who flew the country 2 days later. And we've never ever been able to pursue. I also acknowledge my Auntie Janet Adams, who I never ever met. Apparently she was taken off our reserve when we were all still really small and we just learned of her. And I acknowledge my sister Becky, Rebecca Ganu, and my other sister, Michelle Gurney. They were both taken by Picton. Thank you all for your support and being a very big part of my healing.
This is my first time coming to murdered and missing Indigenous women and girls and Two-Spirit people. I just want to admit that it's hard for me to lose my granddaughter. Natalie Ray Cameron was murdered by a drug dealer 5 years ago. I stand with all my sisters here and my brothers. She was a beautiful girl. She was in culinary arts. She was going to do her second year. She was going to go home to her family. She had all her stuff packed, ready for her to move out. But she didn't make it. The boyfriend called the mom and told the mom, Natalie's not responding. It shocked our whole family, our whole community, that I never thought that this would ever happen to my family. I come here today to support everyone here. There's so many people, so many young girls missing, our next generation, and the drugs that are taking our next generation. My heart is with you today, all Tabe Masi. I would like to thank Brenda and Tammy for this day. They both lost loved ones as well. And for me and my family here, we've lost our niece Frances Brown, October of 2014. Frances has always been an outdoor woman. She loved nature. She loved to be out on the land. One day in October, Frances went mushroom picking with a local man. They were gone all day, and this local guy didn't report it till the next day that Frances was missing. The family got together and reported it, and they had SHAR come out. The whole community was out there searching. They had dogs. Everybody was out there. There was no trace, no lead of my niece. It's been 11 years since we lost her, and we haven't heard anything. My sister, Erin, Frances's mom, worked so hard. She did baking, she sold baking, she did raffles. She made the $10,000 reward. She passed away not knowing where her daughter is. And that really hurts. Really hurts to keep remembering my sister, my niece. The family's still looking. My nephew, Frances Brown Darren, is always out there looking. If anybody out there knows anything, please come forward. Like with all of us here, we've all lost one loved one. I know how you guys feel, and my thoughts and my prayers are with you. I thank my family member here to join us, and I thank you all for coming and giving us strength. We all give each other strength, and I would like to thank you all again for bringing up this event. It's where we all stand together. I just want my niece to come home and rest in peace. Masicho.
Denise, Sakaze, Skyze. I wanted to add names. I want to make sure that everybody hears the name Cecilia Nicole. She lived with me, she was my cousin, she lived with us when I was a little kid. We have pictures of us when we went on a trip, and a bunch of awesome pictures up at Connaught Hill. I want to make sure people hear the name of Delphine Nicole. My other cousin, who I looked up to, who I got to go play on her farm, got to go in the pig pen, sometimes just pushed in there, but I got to have fun with her and look up to her. And I think it's really important that everybody hears those names and says those names. And being at this corner with all this traffic, this is the perfect test for it. Because we really need to listen to family members. And we really need to be able to amplify family members' voices. And being able to hear people speaking today, it's hard, it's difficult, yes, absolutely, especially when you're connected to people who've gone missing or been murdered. But it's important. It's important that we hear it, we hear people's voices, we support them however we can. And I know that a lot of people are like, it's great that EPANA's here or whatever. But I look and I say, we need to start doing what Terry TG said. Start calling for tangible actions from people in positions of power, from leadership, from people at all government levels, from any organization. And we need to make sure that our family members' voices are heard, and that it's our families that are being supported. And so I'm appreciative of Tammy with Red Dress, and I'm so appreciative, always, of Brenda. Brenda was Brenda and Matilda and your family were some of the loudest voices, just right from the start, constantly. And because they were loud and because they got people to stand with them, it made huge changes. And that needs to continue. So when she was calling out and everybody was responding, start responding with the names of the girls that were stolen, the names of our loved ones that were stolen. Start learning their stories and start thinking of ways that you can support and uphold family members. And I'm glad to see Red Rum here, because one of the best conversations that I had was with Cliff, the founder. He talked about when they went to Standing Rock, and he said, we weren't there to fight. They assumed that we were going to be there to cause a disturbance. We were there to feed the people. We were there to support. We weren't there to take front and center stage. We were there to support and feed the people. And that's what we need people to do. Whether it's feeding our spirits, feeding our hearts, feeding our minds, or feeding the minds of others. That continual message. The continual message that we need change and we need faster implementation of the calls for justice. So I'll say their names again. Cecilia, who was super quiet and super shy, but had the best smile ever. And even though she was shy and she was quiet, she was really protective. She was protective of me as her little sister. Delphine. Crystal was friends with her. Brenda knew her. People knew her and just how vibrant she was and how beautiful she was. Ramona. She was awesome, had the best laugh. People need to remember those things about our stolen loved ones. Frances. She was my cool older cousin, always with the cool jacket. She used to babysit me. And I don't think I ever got in trouble because I was, not only because I was good, but because Frances was so caring. People need to know those things about our family members. So please say their names, say the names of the women who have gone missing, the people who have gone missing or been murdered near you. Find ways to support families. And just being here is an amazing tribute to what can happen. So, Tabby Messiah.
There's a few names that haven't been mentioned, and I have some cousins, Colton and Crystal Dennis, O'Hara. There's some names that are going to be mentioned. One of our drum group sisters, Kristen, I knew her as Kristen Christensen. Some people that have not only got murdered are missing, but have been murdered. And I just see the systemic issues that are causing these things to happen. When they're reaching out and calling for help and not getting it. Yeah, it's just hard to remember, but it gives us strength to be together and support each other. And I feel at least solace in the fact that some of our murdered have been found and laid to rest. But for those that are still out there, I can't imagine what that feels like. And we'll keep looking and listening for those tidbits of information and, you know, doing the preventative work we need to do for our future generations and raising awareness so that people can value lives. All lives matter, right? So stand with each other, selfless, I guess I would say.
I just want to share that in this journey, that at a grassroots level, I learned really quick that all lives matter. And when we installed the monument, there's something I want to read because this affects all walks of life and it touches each end of the earth. This monument represents the Prince George Red Dress Society that recognizes all women and girls, MMIWG, along with 2SLGBTQIA. I also want to make sure that I want to draw your attention to the Tree of Ties. Every life matters, and it's important that men and boys are also acknowledged. So we brought the Tree of Ties to recognize men and boys. So I just want to make sure that everybody notices that, so that those of you that have been affected, that is your dad, your uncle, your grandpa, your brother, your cousin, he matters. They matter, and I want you to know that.
We also have one more speaker, and then we'll call out some of the names. We don't have every name of a person that's been murdered, nor do we have all the people that are missing. There's never been a database, an accurate database that has been done. So we're still looking for that to happen down the road, and it might even be in the works. So our last speaker, and then we'll read out the names. Then we'll do the stand-in, so we'll all stand along on this side of the road, and we'll drum and sing and shout and make noise. We also have red dresses on the tree. If you want to grab one of the dresses just to stand in solidarity, you're more than welcome to.
The music, the music, skyzik. I'm standing here on behalf of Jackie Murdoch,
93, I was supposed to go with her to Vancouver. I never went. She was found in the Picton Park. And I come every year on behalf of her. And this year, March, my brother lost his baby. She was murdered. She was found behind Knights Inn. So I stand here for them on behalf of my friend, my niece. I love you all. I pray for everyone every day, from the doctors to the RCMP, firefighters, and all the people that have lost a loved one. I stand with you all. How is it?
So as people start getting ready to do the stand-in, we just want people to stand along, all along here. On the inside, don't go on the road, please. And we'll start the drumming. If Castan, if you could lead the drumming, please. Yeah, take the signs if you can. If you're not drumming, take a sign, please, and hold it up on the road. And we're good. As you get ready, I'll call out some of the names. And if you can help me call them back, that would be great. Rose Peters.
Rose Peters.
Carmelita Abraham.
Carmelita Abraham.
Diane Mary Stewart.
Diane Mary Stewart.
Cindy Martin.
Cindy Martin.
Louise Gibson.
Louise Gibson.
Tatiana Harrison.
Tatiana Harrison.
Chelsea Foreman.
Chelsea Foreman.
Noelle Osu.
Noelle Osu.
Nadine Salonis.
Nadine Salonis.
Doris Porter.
Doris Porter.
Crystal Alfred.
Crystal Alfred.
Virginia Pictou.
Virginia Pictou.
Teresa Humphrey.
Teresa Humphrey.
Cynthia Maz.
Cynthia Maz.
Ayla Sarek Oje.
Ayla Sarek Oje.
Ramona Lisa Wilson.
Ramona Lisa Wilson.
Alicia Germain.
Alicia Germain.
Roxanne Tierra.
Roxanne Tierra.
Gloria Moody.
Gloria Moody.
Deanna Bram.
Deanna Bram.
Jessica Patrick Balzer.
Jessica Patrick Balzer.
Alberta Williams.
Alberta Williams.
Dee Dee Brown.
Dee Dee Brown.
Michelin Pear.
Michelin Pear.
Madison Scott.
Madison Scott.
Renee Superno.
Renee Superno.
Darylyn Superno.
Darylyn Superno.
Monica Jack. Ramona Schuler.
Ramona Schuler.
Alice Chingy.
Alice Chingy.
Missing. We have some guys as well. PJ Sebastian.
PJ Sebastian.
Dale Culver.
Dale Culver.
Jared Lowndes.
Jared Lowndes.
Everett Patrick.
Everett Patrick.
Barry Seymour.
Barry Seymour.
Colton Fleury.
Colton Fleury.
Colton Bushy. Sorry, there's more. My list is, I couldn't keep up with all the names. Carrie Ann Gordon.
Carrie Ann Gordon.
Mackie Basil.
Mackie Basil.
Oh, sorry. There's just so many. Shaylana Brown Lewis. Francis Brown. Delphine Nicole. Doreen Jack. Ryan Jack. Russell Jack. Ronnie Jack. Laureen Campbell Fabian. Jean Virginia Samper. Lana Derrick. Tamara Chipman. Bonnie Joseph. Nicole Hoare. Flora Williams. Shelley Ann Baskew. Caitlin Potts. Angeline Pete. April Parisian. Destiny Tom. Alberta Williams. And I know there's many more. Cecilia Nicole. Danielle LaRue. Roxanne Tierra. And like I said, there's many more. And it's really hard to get that list. We could be here all night trying to say all the names. But that's a start. And if you have more names, please don't hesitate to forward them. And we'll have them called out for next year or at any other event. We have another event in September. So let's start our stand-in, and we'll have people just all line up along the edge there of the sidewalk.
Hey! Hey!